Maneco 64 here, Sunday, April 19th, 2020. Beautiful day here in England. I'm sitting outside in the garden. I did go out and buy the Sunday Telegraph, which I usually don't, but I think it's important that we look at what these prostitutes or mainstream media prostitutes, that's what Gerald Celente calls the mainstream media. See what they're writing, the establishment. So here's the front page of the Sunday Telegraph. There you go. Looks like Boris Johnson starts to take back control, it says. We've also got a picture of Lady Gaga, and I'll go through this. It says here, Lady Gaga was among several stars taking part in a Live Aid style concert to support key workers last night. I wonder what they consider key workers. The Rolling Stones, Sir Elton John, Taylor Swift, and Sir Paul McCartney featured in One World, Together at Home. The 8-hour concert was broadcast on TV and live streamed. Proceeds go to COVID-19 Solidarity Response Fund. Wait for this, for the WHO. So that's the corrupt WHO, who is that's the corrupt WHO, the UN institution. Of course, the UN was funded by the Rockefellers back after World War II. David Rockefeller Jr. There's even a picture here of him giving the UN the check to build the their headquarters in New York. So it's a bankster-run institution, of course. President Trump has cut all funding to the WHO, and here we have these so-called celebrities, or celebrities if you want to call them, doing this Live Aid style concert. Yeah, I remember in the 80s they did Live Aid for Ethiopia. Didn't really help that country much, did it? I wonder how much of this money is going to other people's pockets that really don't need this money. But the most interesting article is really the article about Johnson. Johnson starts to take back control. And it says here, Olympic Supremo made PPE Czar as Prime Minister issues first orders from checkers. One thing that really raised some eyebrows was this part of the article. And they're talking about this new PPE Czar, right? It says, the Prime Minister described he's a Lord Dayton as a superb executive after the former Goldman Sachs partner led the delivery of the 2012 Olympics while Mr. Johnson was London mayor. So here we go. The guy in charge of the PPE, which is, I guess, personal protection equipment, masks and other things. He's a former Goldman Sachs alum. The other thing I would say, alumnus, the other thing I would say is that the Chancellor of the Exchequer, he's a former Goldman Sachs man. Who else have we got? We've got Steve. We've got Steve Mnuchin. He's a former Goldman Sachs lackey. So unfortunately, yeah, this really smells for me. And to see that Goldman Sachs partner, Lord Dayton, is going to be in charge of this, you can only imagine all the corruption that's going to be going on. It's just sickening. So there you go. Just a little update on what's going on. What else? Yeah, haven't heard of anyone really around where I live having this virus or anything. Have spoken to people around where I live. One of my neighbors said his son does work for the NHS. Doesn't see any hospitals being busier or anything. So yeah, it's a nice engineered crisis, I think, and that's unfortunate. It's a little bit like the oil embargo crisis of the 70s. I recommend you get the book by Lindsay Williams called the energy non-crisis. Yeah, we blame the Arabs for that crisis. Yeah, they were involved in it, but so were our governments. And I would say there's a lot of blaming now of the Chinese. And I would say it's the same thing as it happened in the 70s. It's not only the Chinese, and it's not only the Chinese government that's involved in this. It's the major governments around the world. This is an engineered crisis, a non-crisis. So that's my 2 cents about what's going on. I wish you all a great rest of the weekend. Take care. Bye.